Let us start the session, everyone. So I hope. Okay, so is my screen visible? Please say yes or no because I cannot see my meeting screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Screen दिख रहा है.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So today we will start this add-on course of Advanced Excel. So just before we start, I hope that you would have gone through the layout of the course, right? I have it in front of me, and we will start with the basics of data management and introduction to computer typing today. Then we would have introduction to typing methods, introduction to data analysis, apply custom formats and layouts, apply custom formats and layouts, create advanced charts, and so on. And that will go to use scenarios, create advanced formulas, free and open source tools for data management, different data entry methods and data cleaning, introduction to DBMS. So we'll start with Excel, we'll go in very deep and detail, and at the end we can even touch DBMS if we have time, right? So just wanted to ask, does anybody understands Excel? Have you worked on Excel extensively before? Anyone? किसी ने भी एक्सेल में बहुत थोड़ा डिटेल में यूजुअली हम एक्सेल में रिकॉर्ड्स मेंटेन करते हैं उससे ज्यादा चार्ट्स बनाना ग्राफ बनाना डेटा एनालिसिस करना कभी आप में से किसी ने ट्राई किया है यस let me come back to the meeting yes सो किसी ने ओके okay so let me tell you one thing see excel is a very powerful tool okay uh, if you see today what is the major thing that is discussed that is data right everywhere you go every application you see every business decision is taken on data you cannot take a decision without reading or referring to a data right any decision if you take any business if you are a gym owner let's say if you are a gym owner. You know that when New Year comes, people take resolution and people join gym. So at New Year, you would have different discount rate, isn't it? So how do you know that? Just by looking at the data. If you are not looking at the data, you cannot take decision. And that decision making today has become automatic. That is what is known as artificial intelligence or machine learning. Right. If you look at the AI system, what it is doing, it is taking decision on its own. I guess I have to admit everyone because I'm the owner. Uh, I'm the meeting host. Can I make Akansha? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
I'm making you. Can I make you host because I don't think so I have that option. Okay, I don't have that option. I guess. Okay. Anyways, Akshit, please mute yourself. Yeah, thank you. Right. So we were discussing about how data is used to take decisions. Now human used to take decisions based on the data, right? Now what happened is that decision making has become automatic, right? That has been automated, and that is what we call artificial intelligence. It is all about data. Your AI system is nothing without the data. So now the question is, why are we learning Excel today? Today in today's age. Excel might sound like a very school thing we used to learn in school. After school, we never saw Excel again, right? But the data that we are talking about is majorly on Excel. Okay, the data that we are talking about is majorly on Excel only. So in any organization, you would have huge Excel sheets and lots of Excel sheets to work on. Now, Excel is extremely powerful. You can create dashboards, you can create charts, you can create you can do data analysis, you can do inference analysis, all that using Excel. So that's why it is very important to learn Excel today. Very important. If you are not learning Excel today, you would have no entry point or no starting point to any industry. To even start in the industry, you should at least have the knowledge of Excel, right? I hope all of you are from ITCS branch, right? So obviously you are going to learn programming, and that is a must. Being a CS and IT student, you have no option other than learning programming. But learning Excel itself is a very important thing for you. You can add that in your resume that I know very advanced level Excel. And don't worry, I will make sure that you know that. Okay. Today, when we are starting this course, as you know, this would be conducted on every Saturday for a couple of hours. As today we are starting the course, uh, what we are going to do is we will start with the theory part. So I don't think so today I will be taking you to the Excel sheet at all. There are few things that you need to know just for the sake of knowing. Once you know that thing, then we can dive in Excel and we can start dealing with formulas. We can start making charts and every other thing, and we can start manipulating the data. Right? But before that, let's learn some basic theory and discuss that. Okay, are we on the same page? Yes? Any thumbs up or any validation? Okay, thank you everyone. Yeah, yeah. Got it. So I think I remember few names here from my last add-on course. I think Saud is one of them. Uh, is there anyone else from Python add-on course? Okay. Akansha, can you do one thing? Some students are messaging me personally, so please copy paste the link in all the higher class groups. Okay. Okay. So let me start with my presentation. Okay, I don't need this. Right. Okay. So is this screen visible? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Right. So we would be starting with the basics of data management. That is your chapter number one, and such I think 15, 16 chapters are there, or more than that, right? Uh, but we'll start with basics of data management. Now, can you think of anything related to this word data management? Inside that, we would be learning introduction to data management. How do professionals organize their data? Metadata and big data, freelance data entry jobs. This we will be covering today. So, can you tell me what thing comes to your mind by listening to data management? And this is also a very important question since you are a CSIT student. This is not just for Excel. This is for in general as a computer student. What do you understand by data management? Can anybody try? There is no fixed answer to this. Okay, anyone? Anyone? Can anyone try? Oh my God. Yes. Anybody would like to make an attempt here? See, this is an important question, and I'm telling you, this is a very important question. What is data management? I already explained you that today data is huge, right? Data is extremely huge. You need to manage it, and if you have learned DBMS, there are four main important operations that we do with data. That is create. Can you complete the CRUD operation? CRUD operation. Yes, create and retrieve and update
delete,
and delete. Right? Yes. So we have CRUD operation. So we create the data. Now creation of data doesn't happen like it can happen in Excel manually, but in industry you would not be sitting to create the data like this. We have different systems. So let's say I take example of this college. Now this college has an ERP system, and you see in office everybody is working on a laptop or on a desktop, right? When you take admission, you fill the form, and the person who is taking the admission, that receptionist enters your data in the ERP system. That data is stored, and that comes into Excel, right? Then you retrieve a data. You can search for a data. You manipulate the data and you update the data. So these are the basic operations that you perform when you are working with data, right? I think there are a few students left. Okay. Right. Now let's go ahead. Okay. See what is data management, and please remember this answer. Okay, this is very important, not just for your Excel, but in general for any CSIT student. This is a very important question. What is data management? The process of collecting, storing, organizing, and maintaining. This is exactly the CRUD operation that we are talking about. Collecting, that is creating the data, storing the data, organizing it, that means retrieving it, updating it, and maintaining data to ensure its accessibility, reliability, and timeliness. And data management is critical for making informed decisions. See, this is what I was talking about. To take a decision, you need data. If I do not have data to make decision, my decision is purely on my luck. Every decision is data backed, right? So you would have heard this word data backed in advertisements. People make advertisement that this product is backed by our data, our survey, and such things. Improving business process and ensuring compliance with regulation. So data management is critical for all of these operations. Now, what are the key components? Data collection, gathering data from various sources. Can you tell me different sources how you can gather data? Let's suppose I tell you to gather basic detail of 1,000 people living in Andheri. Obviously, there are more people living in Andheri, but I tell you to go to random first 1,000 people and collect their first name, last name, phone number, Aadhaar number. Let me give you a task. How you can do that? Can you tell me? What are the sources of data? Anyone can attempt? Yes? Is my question clear? What I'm asking is are you getting the question? Yes, yes. So I was asking this that I was asking if I give you a task, if I give you a task and tell you that you need to go to 1,000 students in Andheri, 1,000 people in Andheri, and you need to collect the data. So what can you do? I'll tell you. One way is to have a physical form, a paper and a pen, and every person you meet, you give them that form and tell them to fill the form. That is one source of collecting data. Second is you create a Google form and you distribute in WhatsApp group, right? Or you create an application that stores the data. So these are the different methods of data collection, right? You can take interviews, you can take surveys, you can ask people to fill the Google forms, you can give them a physical form. These are different way of data collection. Then comes data storage. See, every Google form data is stored in a spreadsheet. Yes or no? If you have worked with Google form before, the data is stored in a spreadsheet means Excel sheet. But our ERP system, as I was talking about the college ERP system, that data is stored in cloud systems, cloud database. Okay. Data organization structuring data for easy access and analysis. Very important. Easy access and analysis. So a data should have a structure, a fixed format. So when you know the format of the data, it becomes easy to work with the data, right? And last is data maintenance, ensuring data accuracy, consistency, and security. Your data should not change with time. I mean, new data is added, that's a different thing. But once the data is recorded, it should be safe and secure. It should be consistent. What happens is, I'll tell you, when the data is stored, it is not stored at one place. It is stored at multiple places because your one database can collapse due to any reason, technical reason, physical reason. But you cannot afford to lose the data, so you keep multiple copies of your data. Now, if your original data is updated, it has to be updated in all the data centers. Then only the data will be consistent. Right? So that data maintenance is required. Now, why data management is important in Excel? Okay, so why data management is important in Excel? Efficient data handling. Excel allows user to manage large data sets with ease. That we will see how. Excel has fixed formulas, has a fixed structure. It gives a very systematic way to deal with large data sets. Data integrity tools in Excel help maintain data accuracy and prevent errors. Right? What happens is if I float a Google form, okay, and I float a Google form in 3 4 groups, it might happen that some people might fill the form multiple times. Although I have an option to choose whether a person can fill it once or more than one. Let's suppose I have opened Google form that anybody can enter their information any number of times. It is likely, highly chance that there would be many people who would be filling that Google form more than once, right? So I would have a duplicate data. This is a big issue in database systems. We have duplicate data. So in Excel, using one click, we can remove all the duplicate data. That is how it helps to maintain the data integrity. Then comes your ease of access. Excel provides feature like sorting, filtering, and referencing, which makes it easier to access and analyze the data. Applications of data management in Excel: data entry and validation, data cleaning, and data analysis. So these are the data management that you can do in Excel. You can do data entry, you can create the data, you can clean it, as I said, to remove all the duplicates, to remove all the errors, and then data analysis. We can make charts, graphs using Excel. We will learn all that throughout this course. Okay. Then comes the real world examples of business reporting. Using Excel, you can manage sales data to generate monthly reports. Very important. If you have the data, you can generate monthly reports. Inventory management, tracking stock levels and reorder points. This is also a facility in Excel. You can create some, what you can say, trigger points that when this stock level is reduced to this much, a trigger point is there. So you would know that I need to reorder this. project management is monitoring project timelines and resources. Okay. Is there any question till here? Data management is clear? Yes?
Okay, sir.
No,
Yes.
sir. No, understood.
Yeah, 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 thanks, sir. Actually, I cannot see the meeting. So if you are typing or if you are sending a thumbs up, I cannot see it. So it's better you unmute. And I understand this is little bit theoretical, so this might be little bit less interactive. But this is only for the initial session. We'll go very deep in Excel once we start working. How do professionals organize their data? Very important. Tabular format. You see, Excel itself is a tabular format, right? We have rows and columns. We have rows and columns. Organize data in a table format where each row represents a record. Each row is a record. Each row is a record and each column represents a value or attribute. So if I'm teaching database to a few students, they would understand what is a record and what is an attribute, right? Then we have headers. Headers is basically name of each column. So we use clear and descriptive headers for each column to ensure that data is easily understood. Obviously, when you're creating a data in Excel, you give name to headers, right? You give a name to columns. That this is first name, serial number, last name, roll number, so that the data is obviously easy to understand. The use of named ranges. Assign meaningful names to specific ranges of data, making it easier to reference and manage data in formulas. So if I have a specific range of data, let's say I have marks. So I would say that 90 to 100 marks all are A grade and 90 to 80 marks are B grade. So a specific range of data is given a name so that it becomes easy for me to, when I'm writing a formula, if I want to access all the A grade students, I would simply choose where the grade is A instead of going to choose the marks. Right? It enhances readability and reduces errors when creating complex formulas. Then comes your data validation. This is very, very important. Data validation. It prevents incorrect data entry by restricting the types of data that can be entered into a cell. It prevents incorrect data entry by restricting types of data that can be entered into a cell. Example using drop down list or setting limits on numerical values. Like, so for suppose you are taking phone number as a data. So you can give a restriction that only 10 digits can be entered in a cell. Okay. So that when somebody is putting 11th digit, it gives an error that a phone number cannot have an 11th digit. Or you can give a drop down list so that they have to choose from it instead of typing it. So typing error would be reduced. Professionals use data validation to ensure data consistency and accuracy. Okay. Data validation is actually very, very important in today's era, especially when the data has increased so much. The value of data has increased so much. Then we have structured data entry, right? So whatever data is coming, it is coming in a pre-designed template. That is what I'm saying. When you are taking admission in this college, the admission form is already designed, and every student has to fill the same admission form. That means I have a pre-designed template for my data entry. Okay. So use pre-designed templates or forms for data entry to ensure that all necessary information is collected uniformly. Okay, let me show you a data itself. Let me try to share you some of my data that I have. If I can show you right now. Let's go to. I will try to show you some examples of data. All the machine learning projects require data. So let's see if I can show you some data. Actually, I deleted a lot of things recently. Yeah. So you see, this is the data. Can you see dot .csv? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Dot CSV means comma separated values. CSV means comma separated values. And it's an Excel sheet. So see, can you see type Microsoft Excel comma separated value? Okay. So if I open this, see this is the data. This is how data looks like. This is how data looks like. So can you see the data? Right. So this is actually a job data. So if you see, these are the headers. What are these? These are the headers, name of the column. And I think the total number of rows is it's a very small data, only 743 rows. In actual, you would get a Excel sheet that would have millions of rows, lakhs and lakhs of rows. Okay, in industry, the data is very big. This is a very small data. So if you see first is the job title, data scientist. Then what is the salary estimate? Now this is about US. So in US, a data scientist earns around $53,000 to $91,000 on an average, right? So there are different companies who provide different salaries. Then the job description, right? Then the rating of the company. Then company name. So if you see, this is company name. So in Telecold research, data scientist has a salary of $53,000 to $91,000. In if you say in a company like this one, oh, see this. Can you see the data is missing here, right? The data is missing here. Okay. Yeah, I've double clicked it, so the job description has so job description is actually very big, right? But if you see, if you look here, some companies have for this company, Juniper. This is giving $93,000 to $149,000 for a data scientist. Right? So changes from company to company. Now, company name is there, right? Then we have location, where the company is. Albuquerque, Clearwater, Richland, New York, Dallas. This is American data, so obviously the states are from US. And where the company headquarter is there. What is the size of the company, right? So 500 employee are there, 1000 employee are there, and so on. Then, so I hope you understand. This is how Excel sheet data is maintained, right? And there are multiple things. Okay, don't say. I have one more data, I guess. Hotel booking.csv, right? So this is also a hotel booking data. So these are the header. So hotel is resort is cancelled. No. Yes. So 0 and 1 means no or yes. Lead time, arrival date, arrival month, arrival day, right? Stay in weekend nights, no. Stay in week nights, no. Adults 2, children 0, right? So this is the data. So I just wanted to show you how the data looks.
Sir, your video is not available.
But I was not visible. Let me.
Yes.
Did you saw my data to format the data and extract the
Yes,
information?
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I'm presenting my whole screen, so I guess I would do this. Yeah. Somebody was saying something. Was there a question or something? So structured data entry, I guess you understood input controls. Then you have use of multiple sheets. Okay, use of multiple sheets. So if I open any data, let me just quickly go through and I'll tell you what is a multiple sheet. So can you see this is one sheet? This is one sheet. And if I click on plus button, this is another sheet. This is another sheet. Right? So what happens is I can create multiple sheets and I can delete them as well. Right? So having multiple sheets are very very important because they help you to organize your data. Okay. So use of multiple sheets organizing the related data. So I can have different sheets, but if in one company I have employee data, I have student data, I have courses data, so I can create different sheets for it. In one sheet I have all the employee data, in one sheet I have all the student data. Okay, I hope you understand that. Then we have linked data. Use link between sheets to create relationships between data, enabling more complex analysis. You would understand this if you are learning DBMS. In DBMS, we have entity relationship model where there is relationship between different entities, right? We can do that in sheets as well. Then we have sorting and filtering. Sorting is arrange data in a specific order. Okay, so I can sort and filter out. If I come to this, you see, there is a filter button here. Can you see sort and filter? Yes. So this is how you can do sorting and filtering. So you see sort A to Z. So if I select this and let me say sort A to Z, expand the section, continue with the current selection. Sort. Can you see it has changed? See all the A are above, then B, then C, then D. Yes or no? Yes. I guess. I hope I'm audible. Right. So I hope I'm audible and you can see. Yeah. So this is how you can sort. Now sorting option is there is Z2A, custom sort. So I can create my own sort, right? And I can do filtering also, right? So if you see, I got a filter here. So instead of all the job, let me see only an associate data analyst. So when I click on associate data analyst, I get all the associate data analysts. So this is how you can do sorting and filtering, right? So that is what I wanted to show you, right? Sorting and filtering. Then comes the metadata and big data. Now this is also a very important topic. Metadata. Metadata, it's a very interesting definition. Data about data. Very, very important. It is data about data. So what is a metadata? Basically, the summary of the data, right? Metadata is the summary of the data. It is data about data, the data that I already have. Now I will create a summary data for it. Because let's say I'm working as a data analyst and in a company and I would have a manager. I would not show the entire Excel sheet to the manager. I would say that in this Excel sheet, this data is available. So I am giving data about the data, which is called as metadata. In every database system, wherever you are working with data itself, you need metadata for sure. So it provides information about other data such as structure, creation, purpose, and usage. Why you created this data, what is the structure of it, what is the purpose of it, and what is the usage of it. That is considered as the metadata. Now there are three types of metadata. descriptive metadata, structural metadata, administrative metadata, information that describes the content like the title, author, and keywords. So descriptive metadata. So I have a book. Let's suppose I have a book. Now that book it would have a lot of data, would have a lot of pages. But to describe the book, I would say that this is a comedy book, or this is a horror book, or it's a novel, or it's a rom com. So basically, I would describe the content using genre, using the title, using the author, and some keywords. So I'm giving the brief description of the entire data that is known as descriptive metadata. Then you have structural metadata, that information about how data is organized, such as how individual data pieces relate to each other, how data is stored in an organization, what kind of structure is used. And then you have administrative metadata, information that helps manage data, such as access rights and data management policies. That is admin metadata. Right? Examples of metadata in Excel: document properties. Let me show this live. Let me show you this live right here. See, this is the metadata. You see here. This is the name of the file. Yes or no? Can you see this? Right? I hope you can see this. So this is the name of the file. This is what? Date, today's date and time when I opened it. And this is the path. So this is the metadata of the Excel sheet. Name, date, time, path, owner, all this information is the metadata. Okay. Okay. Right. So examples of metadata is document properties, author, date, created, last modified, and file size. So we saw what it is. Cell comments. Now in every cell, I can add a comment. Notes added to cells that provide context or explanations. So if I take a cell, in this cell I can give some description. I can give uh, some comment. I can add some comment. Okay, right. So I can give description. How we can do that? We'll see that. Okay, we'll see that. And we'll see every feature of Excel in detail. Don't worry. And next is let me name ranges. We already saw what it is. Okay. Importance of metadata that helps in data management, searchability, and data quality. So these are very generic terms. I don't think so. There's much explanation needed here. When you have data, metadata, it's obviously it becomes easy to manage the data, and it becomes easy to access or search the data or retrieve the data, because metadata will say that this Excel sheet has data about this person. So if I'm looking for a particular person's data, I can look at the metadata and directly go to the data. Now the question is, what is big data? This is a very important term, big data. Very important term. If you see, big data means a huge amount of data. Today, I'll tell you one statistics. From the day the earth is created till 2014, in billions of years, the amount of digital data that we created in 2015, 1 year later, alone in that one single year, we created twice of that data. Are you getting my point? From start of the universe till 2014, the amount of digital data that we created alone in 2015 itself, we created twice the data. Right? That means the amount of digital data that is created is just increasing and increasing and increasing like anything. So today to understand big data and how to deal with big data is very, very important to learn as a computer student. So big data refers to extremely large and complex data sets that traditional data processing software cannot manage. Traditionally, what softwares you were using are not sufficient. Okay. Then comes your characteristics of big data. What is big data? There are three V's. Actually, there are five V's: volume, velocity, variety, veracity, variability. Here, three are mentioned: volume, velocity, and variety. If you see volume, the sheer amount of data generated and stored, that is huge amount of data. Big data volume is very much. Velocity is the speed at which data is generated. If you see every second, so much of YouTube content is uploaded every second. That means data is generated very quickly, very fast. And variety. If you see the variety of data, somebody is putting text data, somebody is putting audio data, somebody is putting video data, somebody is putting organization structured data. So you have structured data, unstructured data, and semi-structured data. Now, structured data, I'll tell you what is structured data. This is a structured data. Yes or no? Can you agree with me? This is a structured data. I have the headers, I have all the columns. Yes? Anyone? Right? I hope it is clear. This is a structured data. What is a unstructured data? Let me show you. Let me search deep learning. Yeah, let me search. And if I go to images, can you see this is an unstructured data? There is no structure to it. There are different images, right? So this is what? This is an unstructured data. Now this is a semi-structured data. This is a semi-structured data. I'll tell you how this is semi-structured. A structure is fixed. If you see my screen, can you see my screen? This deep learning AI Google.
Yes,
Yes or
sir.
no? Okay. So when you look at my screen, this is semi-structured. I'll tell you how. There are few structures which are fixed, like there would be a search bar, there would be these tags. First, a link would be there, then there would be sublinks for it. There would be a image on the right hand side, and there would be a small description, right? So this structure is fixed. But inside this, the content is not fixed. The image will change with every search. The link will change with every search. So you have image also, you have text also, and you have link also all together. This is why this is known as a semi-structured data. Now, if I search, let's say Elon Musk, let me search Elon Musk, right? Elon. You see, the basic structure of the page will not change, but the data will change. Here, okay, this is a person. Let me search a company. Tesla is also owned by Elon. Can you see this? The structure is similar. Yes, can you see? The structure for deep learning AI and Tesla is similar. If I search two person, let me search first Elon Musk. For a person, the structure is changing. There are few images, then a news article, Brazilian court orders suspension of Elon Musk X after it missed deadline. Then Elon Musk age, children. I mean, he has a lot of children. Yeah. Then a YouTube video is there. So you see, now image also is there, link also is there, and a video is also there. See, the video is being played here, right? Then you come down, you have a Wikipedia page, and you have a Wikipedia information on there. Right? Now, if I search, let me search Mark Zuckerberg. If you see, this structure is similar to Elon Musk, but this structure is not similar to Tesla. That means for a person, a structure is different. For a company, structure is different. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say,
Yes, sir.
right? So this is what a semi-structured data. This is a semi-structured data. Okay. So there are different types of data: structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. Now, what are the sources? Now, you would say how the data is generated. When I'm saying that huge amount of data is generated, we are living in the age of data. Data is used for decision making. AI is based on data. How is the data generated? What are the sources? All the social media post, comment, like, and share is a data. What do you think? When you post the data, Instagram is not recording that post. It has data of everyone's post. It has data of all the comments. It has all the likes and shares data. IoT data is a lot today. Data from sensors, devices, and smart appliances. If you see, have you heard the concept of smart homes? You can give a voice command and your light will switch off or switch on. You can control your air conditioner and television, everything from one single mobile phone or one single button. From your voice command, the door will open. Right? If I can share this, I'll share a quick video with you. Uh, just just I want to show you something. Just I will stop my share for a moment. I'll just open my YouTube and let me type Mark Sakkaratol. Yeah. So it's a 2 minute video, very short video. Let's watch it together. But I want to share my voice also. Also share tab audio. Right. Can you see my YouTube screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now watch this. It's a 2 minute video, but see how when I'm talking about IoT, Internet of Things, how things are actually being done. I hope is this audible?
Good morning,
Can you hear this?
Jarvis.
Is it audible? Okay, okay. Watch this. Watch this.
Good morning, Jarvis.
Good morning, Mark. It's Saturday, so you only have 5 meetings. Room temperature is set to a cool 68 degrees.
Earlier this year, I started building a simple AI to help run our home. I talked to Jarvis using this app I built. It uses artificial intelligence to understand me and figure out what to do.
Max woke up a few minutes ago. I'm entertaining her.
All right, let's go check on her.
Good morning, Max. Let's practice our Mandarin. Ning yu, xiao shong mao,
Jarvis, your Mandarin is so soothing.
xie.
Jarvis also helps me get ready in the morning. Fresh shirt.
Fire in the hole.
Hell yeah. Jarvis knows when to make me breakfast.
Your toast is ready.
All right. It's time for my call with Shrep. Can you get him on the video conference line?
Setting up the VC room now. Remember to check on the AI guidance system for Aquila.
One of the best things about Jarvis is it could recognize people at the gate, let them in automatically, and then just tell me about it.
Mark, your parents are coming in.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
It's Jarvis.
And Jarvis can play all of our favorite music. Hey, play us some good Nickelback songs.
I'm sorry, Mark. I'm afraid I can't do that. There are no good Nickelback songs.
Good. That was actually a test. Okay, how about just play some songs that our whole family likes?
The itsy bitsy spider climbs up the water spout.
What? I'm a dad now. This is what I listen to. Jarvis also likes to join our family for playtime. Who should we tickle next?
I think we should tickle Max.
I'm also experimenting with other voices.
Stop her! She's getting away! Do it now!
And if I don't want to talk, I can just text Jarvis through a messenger bot that I built.
Mark, I'm trying to read in here.
Yeah, my bad. So this has been pretty fun, but I need some more ideas for Jarvis, so leave them in the comments and I'll try to build some of them. Alright, movie time, Jarvis.
You got it, Mark.
First, I need to teach you to make me some more popcorn.
Right? So I hope it was visible. I need to change the share. So did you saw how home automation is working actually?
Yes,
Yes. So this is how the technology has moved. Now, this entire technology is all about data, right? How the Jarvis knew that he wakes up at 7 a.m. So I have to open the curtains at that time. He had that data, or you need to teach it using data, right? So data is used, and how the data is coming from all the social media posts or everything that you type, everything that you search, everything that you click is a data. Even when you are using incognito mode on Chrome, your data is being recorded. Only it is not visible to you, right? So that these are the different sources of data. Let me come back to this. IoT, data from sensors, devices, and smart appliances. Then we have business transactions, record of sales, purchases, financial transaction, like in our college we have ERP system. So that would be sources of big data. I mean, our college wouldn't have a very huge data because we have around 2,000 students. But Mumbai University would have a huge data. Can you imagine how many lakhs of students are studying in Mumbai University, right? You all are students of Mumbai University. So that university data would be a very huge data. And then there are public data available by the government, by the research studies and public sources. Okay. Then we have big data versus traditional data scale. Obviously, big data is very bigger. Complexity, it is more complex. And storage, big data typically needs distributed storage system like Hadoop, whereas traditional data can be managed with standard databases and Excel. So in Excel, we manage only traditional data. There are big, if you have a huge data, like any big corporation, then they use a distributed system. So they distribute the data in different computer systems. Like Hadoop is there, Spark is there, Kafka is there. So these technologies are big data technologies, and you would have a big data as a subject, I guess, in second or third year. Okay. I don't know. I had it in my engineering, right? So should we take a 5 minute water break here? Is it okay?
yes, sir.
I'll just pause the recording. Okay. Right. So let's move on. The role of Excel in metadata and big data. Okay. So Excel's used in metadata management, tracking changes. Excel can be used to track changes and version history, acting as a form of administrative metadata. What happens is when you change something, right? When you change something, you need to keep a track of that change. You see, we have control Z, undo, right? We can undo and redo. That means every change has been tracked, and there are different version history. I can show you that live. Let me open Google Sheet. Let me create a blank spreadsheet. I guess here we have the version history. So let me write name search and let's say Vishal. And I saved it. This is version. Okay. And I will go back. I will come again and let me add Vishal and Roshan. We can see the version, I guess, tools. Data, so data connector is a new thing. Connect to BigQuery and Looker. That is for database management system (DBMS). Okay. Data extraction, see, data validation is there. We have already seen that to validate the data to prevent some wrong input. Named ranges, isn't it? We saw named ranges also, right? So we will see all this. Don't worry, we'll see each and everything. Looking for the version. Five, yeah. Yeah. Version history. Name, current version, see version history. See, so there are different versions. First version was a blank one, and then new version, that is the current version, is the name Harsh, Vishal, Roger, and Ashwin. So if I go back and I will say restore this version, restore. Can you see my again? It is empty, right? So do you understand what is different versions when you save? When you click on Control S, different versions are saved, and then you can go back and restore it. So if I go to the version history again, see version history. I have three versions now. First was the empty one, second was the filled one, and again the current version is empty one. So I can come here and I can restore this version. So your data is never lost. Can you understand this? Yes, that is what I wanted to share. That is tracking changes. And then data documentation. Utilize Excel to document metadata for datasets, making it easier to understand. Now, what is the Excel's role in big data? Data sampling, very, very important. Have you heard of the word exit poll before elections? Opinion poll. Have you heard these words? Yes or no? Yes,
Yes, sir.
right? There is an exit poll and there is an opinion poll before every election, before the result, actual result declaration. Now tell me, in India there are 100 crore voters. 100 crore voters are there for the obviously general elections. In that 100 crore voters, do you think a media house would go to 100 crore people and ask their opinion? Do you think that is actually feasible? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Right.
Yes,
So
sir.
how they are able to predict all these seats? They are not saying that we only conducted a survey of 10 lakh people, so we will only show the result of 10 seats instead of 545 seats. Because they are using the technique of data sampling. In a huge data, can we pull out a sample of data that actually is the reflection of the entire data? You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is called as data sampling. So Excel can be used to analyze samples of big data, not the big data itself, but when you have a sample of big data, you can analyze that sample of big data in Excel. And because that sample represents the big data, it is as good as analyzing the big data itself. Okay. Then you have integration with big data tools. Integration is this one. This data connectors. So you can integrate with BigQuery and Looker. Okay. I guess few people are waiting. Roy Singh Ashish was there in Python also. I remember the name. Okay. So where were we? Yeah. Integration with big data tools. Excel can integrate with tools like Power Query, Power BI. Power. Have you heard of Power BI?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Power BI is a very good tool. It is actually similar to Excel. Excel does data analysis, data and everything. Power BI is a platform. I think it is developed by Microsoft or I guess by Microsoft only. It is a Microsoft product. Power BI is Power BI means business intelligence, that is taking decision of business using data. So it takes the Excel sheet, it takes the data, and it helps you to build charts and other things. Power BI is a very important tool if you want to make your career in data analysis and data science. Pivot tables and charts. So obviously you can create pivot tables and charts. While Excel isn't built for big data, okay, we know that Excel can't handle like very huge data, but it can handle the samples of huge data. It can still manage moderate volume of data. I told you that in industry at least million rows you would get in the Excel sheet. But more than that, of course, Excel is not possible. And provide valuable insight through pivot tables and charts. If I can show you some pivot tables I had drawn in my third year of engineering, I'm not sure if I would have that right now or not. Let me check. That would be in volume 2, I guess. Outhouse internship. Uh, RACL, yes. Uh, RACL. I'm just searching. When I was in third year of engineering, I did an internship where I was working with data only. So that I got the entire internship just based on Excel. I don't think so. I have it now. Okay, no problem. But there is an option of pivot table. So insert. Can you see this pivot table? Right. So it's a very interesting pivot table actually. We will learn how to create it. Don't worry. Very very important for data analysis. Pivot table. Let's move to the next one. Freelance data entry jobs. Right. We all know about freelancing. Does anybody knows about freelancing? You have heard about it? Yes.
Freelancing means
Yes. Yes. Freelancing is basically working on your own terms, on your own time. Like you are not committed to one particular company or one particular client. You are simply there to complete a work and then you get your payment and the relationship is done. Right? So freelance data entry jobs involve entering, updating, and managing data. So you enter the data, data entry job, update the data, manage data for various clients on a project by project basis. So you don't have a fully commitment. It's not a full time job. It's a freelancing. So if you are free on weekends, if you are free sometime, you can take one project at a time. You can get some payment and then you can do the work without being tied to a single employer. So you are not tied to a single employer. Tasks can range from simple data entry and transcription to more complex tasks like data cleaning and formatting. So you can do freelancing of simple data entry also and data cleaning and formatting also. Why choose freelance? Flexibility, work from anywhere, set your own hours and choose projects that fit your schedule. Variety, opportunity to work on different types of projects of various industries. Income potential, ability to earn money based on the number of projects completed with potential to scale up earnings by taking on more work. Okay, these are generic things. Now, common types of data entry tasks. If you do freelancing job, what you need to do? First is the basic data entry. So just enter the data like I was entering here now. So this is basic data entry. I'm entering the data. Okay, basic data entry. Then you have for that the task is entering data from a document, PDF, scanned image into a spreadsheet or Excel sheet or a database. What skills are needed? Fast typing, attention to detail, basic knowledge of Excel sheet. Okay. Then you have data cleaning and formatting. So removing duplicates. As I told you, in Excel there is one button you can remove all the duplicates. And how you get duplicates if one user has filled the same form multiple times. correcting errors and ensuring data consistency. What skills are required for that? Knowledge of data validation, conditional formatting, and Excel formulas. Then there is known as transcription. Transcription, converting audio or video recordings into text, like subtitles. Yes or no? Creating subtitles for foreign YouTubers. That is also a freelancing job. Yes or no? Then we have skills needed: good listening skills, typing skills, familiarity with transcription software. Data mining and research work is also there, collecting data from various online sources, compiling it into a usable format. I guess somebody is waiting. Everybody is there. Yeah. Okay. So essential to database management is there. Updating and maintaining client database, ensuring data integrity and security. What are the tools? Microsoft Excel, very essential. And when you know Excel, Google Sheets are very similar only. Okay, online collaboration data entry. Transcription software are there for tools to express scribe for audio transcription. Tools like Express Scribe. So it's a transcription software. Okay. Data validation built-in feature in Excel. So data validation is already a built-in feature in Excel or Google Sheet for ensuring data accuracy. Okay, key skills: tracking speed and accuracy, attention to detail, time management, communication skills. I don't need to explain all this stuff. Advanced skill, what you should have is data analysis, basic programming. If you basic programming, automatic repetitive tasks in Excel. So if there are repetitive tasks, you can automate it. Okay, so you should have basic programming knowledge. Then database management. Yeah, this is very important. Where you can get the freelancing job, there are different websites: Upwork, Freelancer, Fiverr. Fiverr is the most famous one, the most trusted and the most famous one. And LinkedIn, of course, you cannot forget LinkedIn. Very important. Everybody should have a profile on LinkedIn. Everybody. If you want to look my profile, I also have a LinkedIn profile. I can show you a LinkedIn. Yes. So this is my LinkedIn profile. So this is basically the competition that I won as a student. Then that time I was in third year of my engineering when we won this Smart India Hackathon. And this is our team: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We seven are team, and these are the judges that gave us the award. It was a national level hackathon. We came first there. And you see Harsh Mishra, and all my description is there. I write blogs at Medium. SIS winner, this SIS Smart India Hackathon. I was a deep learning trainer at Imaticus Learning Private Limited company. I learned data science, deep learning, and computer engineer, and all that such stuff. And if you look at my analytics, 26 profile view. So in, I think in last 7 days, 26 people have searched my profile. This is about me. I have 1200 followers on LinkedIn on this profile. So I have 1212 followers. Okay. And if you see my experience, I was a freelance consultant. So we were talking about freelancing, and I was a freelance consultant in Imaticus Learning, uh, where I think I need to update this, not present. And also, I was a front-end developer in Ava International Company Private Limited, where I did my internship of 3 months. I think that time I was in fourth year of my engineering when I did a 3 month internship. My education is MTech and BTech. MTech from KD Somaya, BTech from Thakur. Okay. My skills are I have lot many skills that I've added here: databases, teaching, Keras, deep learning, CNN, RNN, ANN, machine learning, Python, front-end development, data science, PHP, HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. So this is a LinkedIn profile. I recommend everybody should have a LinkedIn profile. Everybody. Student. Okay. So if anybody has a LinkedIn profile, they can send me. They can send me this. They can follow me on LinkedIn, and I can follow you back. That would help to create a network. Okay. So that is LinkedIn is also. an important place where you get jobs. Okay? Use LinkedIn to network and find potential clients offering freelance data entry jobs. Tips for getting hired, creating a strong profile. So if you look at my profile, I have a strong profile. Why? Because I also write blogs. So if you go to Medium, I write my own blogs. Medium.com. So in Medium, I have written, 15 blogs. So if you see, there are people who follow me, who added your story, started following you. So this is my profile in where I write blogs. So I have 262 followers on Medium, and these are the blogs that I've written. So can you see these blogs? Is it visible? The screen?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So you see, my last blog was in 2023. So I think it has been more than a year. I got very busy since I couldn't write anything. Why transfer learning is a game changer for AI development. My first 6 months of learning deep learning, you can get started to Olympic data analyzer app class. So 5 reasons why you should become data scientist. So see, these are all the blogs that I've written. Benford's blog can be a game changer, right? So what is a blog? A blog is simply an article, you can say. Author. I am the author of this, and I've written this blog. This is the code. So to get a strong profile is very important. Please have a strong profile. You need to do a lot of stuff to have a strong profile. To create a strong profile is not easy. You need to be very smart, you need to be very hardworking, and you need to have a lot of knowledge. Read, make content, write blogs, have a good profile on LinkedIn, connect to people, participate in events, try to win hackathons, try to learn as much as you can. That will create a strong profile. Okay? Bid smartly. Start with competitive bids, especially when you're buying your reputation, building your reputation. Don't run after money if you are starting with freelancing. First, get some job done. Get few clients. Build your reputation in the market. Build a portfolio and stay professional. Communicate clearly, meet deadlines, and ensure high quality work. Do not delay the deadlines. Don't take it very casually. Be professional in your work. Okay. So that was the first chapter. That was the first chapter, and I think that yeah. So the first chapter was basics of data management. So we learned the introduction to basic data management. How do professionals organize their data, metadata and big data, and freelance data and features. Is there any question here? Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. Now there is a very small chapter before we actually start our Excel. This is the last theoretical part, which I want to finish it off so that we can start actually working from next session. That is computer typing and data entries. I don't understand. I mean, it is kept in the syllabus, so I'm reading it. But typing, we all know. Of course, we know how it is. But there are some things like ergonomic typing, which we will see, which probably you might not be familiar with. I guess somebody has unmuted themselves. Vidhi, can you please mute yourself? Uh, yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let me come back to this. Okay, so introduction to typing. Typing is a process of inputting text or data in a computer, and obviously you know what it is, or other device using the keyboard. Fundamental skill for many modern tasks such as writing documents to coding and data entry. Now there are types of typing like touch typing. So touch typing is typing without looking at the keyboard. Now I think I have reached personally myself, I have reached the stage of touch typing. I don't look at the keyboard anymore. I mean, if I'm coding, if I'm using special tokens and all, then I obviously have to look at the keyboard. But to generally write a statement or to write a document, I don't have to look at the keyboard. I just use my muscle memory to locate keys. That's why if you are a student of one of my classes, I always say that you need to write the code on paper with your hands so that you develop a muscle memory, isn't it? Anybody from my class can validate this. I have said this multiple times that you need to write the code for having it inside your muscle memory. So since I've been typing from a long time now, 6 7 years, I've been continuously typing documents, coding, work, project. So now I don't have to look at the keyboard anymore. It increases speed and accuracy, reduces strain, and allows user to focus on the screen. Now fingers are placed on the home rows like A, S, D, F. So A, S, D, F is there for the left hand and JKL for the right hand, with each finger responsible for specific keys. Now, this is actually a rule, but you don't have to follow this. I personally don't follow this. I have a different setting. My fingers start with different letters, not ASDF for left hand and JKL for right hand. My both the thumbs are on the space, and my left hand is on E and shift and somewhere near that. So it's very different from this, but you can start with this too. Then you have hunt and peck, typing by searching for each key individually and pressing it. This is like for the beginner. When you start typing, you look for each and every key and then you press it, and that is hunt and peck. It is very slow and less efficient, often used by beginners or those not trained in touch typing. Can lead to more errors and slower typing speed. Hybrid is a mix of touch typing and hint and peck, where the typist knows the general location of keys but still look for the keyboard occasionally. That is probably me. I look at like after 3 or 4 sentences, I have to look at the keyboard. Faster than hint and peck, but not as efficient as touch typing. Often stepping stone towards mastering touch typing. Okay? Now there are some softwares where you can improve your typing speed. That is typing.com, keyboard.com, and I think Mavis Beacon. So, but I think online also you can see if you can see typing speed test. Let's do this free typing test. Okay, let's see if I can type or not. Okay, are you ready? Start typing. So seven, care, light, head, post, one, new, measure, name, bird, mother, vowel. Okay, okay, okay. Complete, back, nose, eye, out, sun, sun, thought, was, good, system, oops, start, final, solution. Ah, nice. Your typing speed was 37 word per minute. So I can type 37 words per minute. That means 159 CPM. I think that this is character per minute. Your accuracy was 88%. Keep practicing. So let's say 37 WPM is good or not. Let's check. 37 WPM is good typing speed. A typing speed of 35 to 45 words per minute is considered intermediate. Right? So obviously I need to work on that. I mean, you can check your own. Very important. You should type fast. You should type fast. It's a good skill to have. Type fast. Learn to type. Keep practicing. Okay. So these are the different softwares. Now there is also one more term. We are approaching towards the end of the presentation. That is keyboarding. So keyboarding is different from typing. Keyboarding is not using mouse at all, using keyboard for everything. It is possible, okay? Keyboarding refers to the skill of using a keyboard to input text, numbers, and commands into computer or other electronic device. It encompasses not only typing but also efficient use of function keys, shortcut, and special character. Okay. So keyboarding is what? Do not use mouse at all. So difference between typing and keyboarding is typing focuses on entry of text, but keyboarding is a broader skill set that includes keyboard efficiently, including shortcut, navigation key, and special function key. Okay, keyboarding techniques with proper finger placement. So as we saw that home row position is finger should rest on the home row keys. Reach and return. Each finger has specific key. It should reach for and return to the home row after pressing. Thumbs typically used for spacebar. I told you my both the thumbs are on the spacebar. That is how I am able to type fast. With right thumb often being dominant. I am lefty, so my left thumb is dominant. Using keyboard shortcuts like Control C, Control V, Control Z, it saves times and reduce mouse dependency. That is what I'm saying. Keyboarding is not using mouse at all. Okay, Control is select all, Alt tab is switch between different applications. So if I do Alt tab, I'm switching between different applications. Right? Control S is save, custom shortcuts. Navigating without a mouse. Arrow key for moving the cursor or navigating through documents and spreadsheets. You can use arrow key. So if I open this, see if I click on this, now I can use mouse also. I'm using my mouse, or I can use the arrow key also. Right? So this is the use of arrow key. So this is keyboard and tab and shift tab function keys F1 to F12 all the function key you can use. Now there is one more thing that is ergonomic typing. So ergonomic typing refers to the practice of typing in a way that minimizes strain on the body and particularly the hands, wrists, arms, and back. See, this is a very big issue. Every IT professional after 15 or 20 years in their career, they have back issue, they have neck issue, they have arm issue. Why? Because their entire career they're sitting in the wrong position and simply coding and just sitting and not having any physical exercise that can hurt your body very badly. And this is the truth. It happens with a lot of people, right? So when you follow ergonomic typing, you can skip that. You can escape from their problems. So how to do that? Why ergonomic typing is important? To prevent injuries, reduce the likelihood of developing condition like carpal tunnel syndrome, tendonitis, and back pain. So these are the different problems that you face. Enhances comfort, allows for longer typing sessions with less discomfort, and improves efficiency. And how to do that? To have a proper posture, sitting position, sit with your back straight, feet flat on the floor, and your knees at a 90-degree angle. Ensure your lower back is supported by the chair. Very important, the lower back has to be supported with chair because the major issue is in the lower back only. Elbow position, keep your elbows close to your body and at a 90-degree angle. Your forearm should be parallel to the floor. This position, maintain a neutral wrist position where your wrists are straight and not bent up or down. Keyboard and monitor placement. Keyboard height. Keyboard should be at a height that allows your forearms to remain parallel to the floor. Monitor, the top of your monitor should be at or just below your eye level. So where your monitor ends, the top of your monitor should be at your eye level. Okay, so that is the correct position. And mouse placement is place your mouse close to the keyboard to avoid overreaching. Use a light grip and move your whole arm, not just your wrist when using the mouse. So this was the theory part. I think the presentation is over. Right. So for today, we would be covering this much only. And from the next session, we'll start working in the Excel. So this was, you see, some basic theoretical background that you should have before starting working on Excel, right? Now you can start your work, and I will share this presentation on the group. I will share this recording. I will put it on YouTube, and then I'll share. Let me stop the recording.